Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you all are doing great. Today we're going to be making another little book. We did this sometime within the last 3 months, from May, June, and now we're in July. Um, I'll do you a flip through of this one. And I chose to keep the cats on the outside because I thought that was really cool. Black cats look really cool, especially for Halloween. And then I made these little tucks right here. So what I thought we would do today, and let's see what's on the back of these. Just plain old paper. Nothing fancy. Is do something similar like this, but different. Each book you make will always be different. All right, so these pages are a little bit off. The paper folder got tired, I guess. I don't know. There we go. So you can do this a number of ways to straighten this up. This is not what this video is supposed to be about, but you could take your paper and kind of push the crease back out like it's supposed to be. So you see it's not as warped anymore. So you could just keep doing that to your liking. You could just take it to your paper scoreboard and rescore it. Or you could just say forget it. Like look at this one. I thought I picked out the good ones too. Can you see? It's messed up. And I thought I was going to be able to make some good cards with these things. Ugh. Fooled me once. Shame on you. Fooled me twice. Shame on me. Now would I buy bulk cards like this again? Maybe. I mean, I know what it's about now, right? So that's those two. Let's just verify. Oh, they were all three messed up. Interesting. Someone had an off day. But sometimes, yeah, sometimes companies know that the machine is off, and that's why they have oopsies and mistake candies and all that stuff. So, I mean, it is. I even have off days myself, right? Can't be too upset about it. So now I'm just going to crease the heck out of this. All right. And now what we want to do is cover up this pattern. So we're going to do this. So when we glue it together, we're going to glue these together. And then I'm going to glue this like that. I don't need this pattern to be highlighted like I wanted the kitty cats. And then I'll do this. So I hope you all are having a great day. Today um, is a busy day for me. Have some adulting to do. Have some traveling to do. So hopefully that all goes well for us. So we did it on the outside. Now let's go ahead and push. We're trying to push from the seam out, just so you know. And this paper is really thin, very thin. So I think these cards probably are intended for like thank you. So your name is Isabel or Irma or Ishel, I guess. Isaac, Isaiah, something like that. Or if it was, I do think this is an I because they're capital letters. No, it's an L because I just looked at the I and the I has a little thing. So this is an L. So Lisa, yeah. So anyway, L's, lowercase L's. It look like, oh, lowercase I. Right, so I pulled this out a few videos now. I want to use this one in um, the front page. So I think I'm gonna use this piece right here, or either the ledger piece. I don't even know if I have any more ledger pieces. Isn't that something? Nope, I do. So I'm gonna use that one in the front. So we have um, 3 sheets, 3 cards. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have one, so we need 7 more. And I meant to leave open at the top and forgot again. Anyway, so now we're going to do this quick little flip through of the Martha Stewart page. And these are very simple colors. Although I remember I watched an interview with her and she said Halloween was one of her favorite holidays. So she probably made tons and tons and tons of these things. And this is a 8x8 paper pad. So we're going to need a few sheets paper. And even though a lot of these sheets are green, I'm going to try my best to avoid the greens. Oh, I tore up both of these. Oh, okay. So we got 4 sheets at the most. 4 sheets. If you recall, I had got these from a that thing I went to. And it was not bad because, like I said, it was in good company. It was a pay what you can type of craft event. And you know, whenever you can pay what you can, you want to pay cheap, 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 cheap. Well, some people don't pay cheap, 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 cheap. Let's get this red piece. All right. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and cut these down and then we'll come back to gluing them together. All right, so everything's glued down. We're going to pull out our black soot and we're going to ink up all our edges. I cut the pages down a little bit shorter than 5 1/4 by 4. I cut them down a little bit shorter than 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So we want to make sure we get our edges nice and grimy looking. You don't need to go this in much because it's not that shorter than the paper size. I just wanted to do a little bit different than our previous one. And I wanted to have that one out so you could see how different these are. All right, so we're going to do this throughout the whole book. All right, so that's how it looks. It's so weird filling this card because I told you that it's flimsy. How did I miss? I missed a whole section. Okay. Maybe that's what I was feeling. Because I was going to say that the pages that are glued together feel so much thicker. Well, they are thicker than the front and back page. I believe that I am ready now. How embarrassing. So this is going to be on our front page. hate to cut it down, just a scotch, a sliver, if you will. We'll do one or two together, and then I'll go ahead and put the rest on. You see me do. If you've been here, then we've done this a while. We've done this a few times together, and I have no stories right now, no conversation. I am gearing up for back to school, and so my thoughts are there. Third grade was rough for me, mentally, emotionally, very draining when it came to communication with the educators. And then, if you're not aware, there was a big flooding that happened, and it was close by where I live, but not super close. And so, a lot of people have reached out to me, and I want to say thank you so much for reaching out and checking on myself and my family. That means so much to me. Um, it means a lot. And I think I'm gonna have to trim all these down. Uh, yeah, so that's on my mind. The families that have lost a loved one. Just thinking. It's an emotional, not a, it's an emotional mindset to constantly think that you're doing the best and most right thing for your child while they face danger. And you can't control acts of nature. You can't control a lot of stuff nowadays. Um, and school is very scary. And having bad communication with the administration, the teachers, and all that is hard. And then my son, you know, if you have ever dealt with a little person, and you probably remember when you were a little person, um, you probably weren't always the most, uh, how can I say this and not sound like I'm judging you? You didn't always go with the flow, right? Because I didn't always go with the flow of things. I probably could have been a lot easier going with my mom. Not a lot, because some of the stuff, I mean, you have to give parents a run for their money, right? That's what makes for great stories later on in your life. The big roommate always tells a story about because he was bad, from what I understand, very very bad, and my uncle also very very bad. The my last living uncle, from what I understand, he was bad. So the big roommate always says, "Oh, that's the reason why he's like that because of your side of the family." But then the big roommate's relatives would be like, "No, you were a handful." And he even has the story about when he got a spanking once that his grandmother whooped him so she took a paper towel roll and at the end of it, it was no more paper towels on that roll. And I was, ooh, they had to have a lot of strength and anger to do that. Can you imagine that? Paper towel rolls were way thicker back in the day, first of all. You know what I'm saying? So, was it that little flimsy $5 paper towel roll that they sell us now for 3 sheets that they say it's 100 sheets on? Paper towel rolls were thick back in the day. So, yeah, I can't even imagine how my work is cut out for me. Um, I think I'm gonna cut this one down some just so we can see the dots, the black and black on here. Yeah. And then school, just in general, school is not how I remember school, but I also didn't struggle in school. I didn't have issues. My mom, um, things were different, like it wasn't computers, it was the teacher actually getting in front with the whiteboard, chalkboard, not a whiteboard, chalkboard, writing to us, uh, documenting stuff, and now everything's electronic. You get text messages from the teacher. Just a whole different mindset. And my son, sadly, um, started school the year of COVID. And I really think that has a lot to do with it because I opted not to send him to school. I opted to have him go to school on the computer because at first everybody was on the computer for that school year, and the school that he went to opened up in 2019. So my son went there the second year that they were open, and I don't think the school is fleshed out enough right now. You know how when you meet someone and you've got to work out all the kinks of how and why they walk around in their house socks, and you know that your mom probably told you take off your socks in the house. You got house shoes or slippers for that, and the person just walks around in their socks, and you're like, those socks are gonna be so hard to clean. Even if you have a clean floor, you're still walking around in socks and picking up all the dirt. So that's the relationship that I have with the school. We were still, the school wasn't learned yet because I do think that they could have done a few things a lot better to make things a lot easier for parents. And they held our hand a lot. Don't get me wrong; they held our hand a lot at the beginning when my son was a little boo boo, a little tyke. Pre-K and pre-K and kinder were probably my. I feel like the teachers had more communication at that point versus now. I have written to teachers and I never got a response back. Never. Am I upset about that now? No. Because I also think that the administration, the way the school is set up is just a weird thing. So I'm hoping this school year will be a lot better for us. And we'll see. I want to keep those little faces because I think they're real cool. So we'll probably leave this page blank. This may be a two-part video, just so you know. Because we're still gluing pages down. Although I did say I was going to come back, didn't I? And then I cut some paper and never transitioned to a completed book yet, huh? Because I started talking, and even though I said I had nothing to talk about, then I went on a long journey about school. Um, I wish my mom was here so I could ask her if she ever worried. I don't think she did. She was like, "This is school you going to?" And I was like, "What am I supposed to say? No, I don't want to go to that school." I went to school, and schools were just different. They were just different back then. And it's no offense to anybody that's the education. I think legislation and I just think a lot of stuff has changed throughout the years, and so school is different throughout. And I think that makes it harder for teachers to teach. The ones that, because teachers get paid nothing. They're spending their paychecks to make their classrooms prettier, to make, to go out and buy extra supplies, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So you'll never hear me complaining about the aspect of teaching. I do think that communication could be better, or could have been better, I think. And then my son was in a school with in a class with 30 something kids. And I'm like, oh, that's a lot of children. Even when I was in school, I think our max was like 20 something. And the teachers probably were overwhelmed then, but they never showed their overwhelmness. Um, I don't know. Technology is ruining a lot of things at the same time of improving and making things cooler and better. It is not always the best route to take, you know. I remember, as an example, early GPS, right? If you've ever traveled when GPS was first new, and it'd be like, take this route, and you end up in a swamp somewhere. I have taken GPS into the backwoods of, oh my God, please let me get out of here safely. You know, not so much for people, but I feel like a bobcat could have jumped on a car at any time. So I feel like while technology is great, it's also hindering our frontal lobe development, if that makes any sense. Um, Even myself, I don't write that much anymore. Like I don't hand write because I usually use the computer. Or like if I'm writing an email, if I'm writing a message, I'm not handwriting a letter and sending it into school. I'm writing an email to the teacher and mailing it out. And then people are complaining about Chat GPT taking over. I don't know. Um, Last night my son went to play, and I had asked him for the last couple of weeks. I had told him, I said, "Do you want to play Legos? I'll do Legos with you. I'll play Legos, like actual building Legos." But he wanted to play the video game. I was like, "I'm not doing the video game at all. We're not playing video game together." And then he was like, "No." So the last 2 or 3 days, he hasn't been able to play video game. And you guessed it. If you're like, "Oh, I bet he wants to play Legos with her," you're right. And so, which yesterday he just caught me in a really. I was doing something. He kept asking me, "Will you play with me? Will you play with me? Will you play with me? Will you play with me?" And I told him, I said, "You've asked me that 20 times now. Let's go." And I had to do some other stuff. And I said, "When I finish this," and then he kept harassing me about that. I said, "When I finish this, we'll do the gameplay or whatever. But don't expect me to play a long time because I had stuff I need to get done." This says boo. Let's open this up. So we got boo, you're fantastic, and then a pirate bird that don't even go in there, I don't think. I mean, it goes in there because it's there, but so these are pirates stealing booty, trick or treating. You know, this we can keep that one. This dog is a little bit too cutesy. So we got these two things out of there. You might remember this one from last time. So I don't want to go with Boo. And I don't really want to say Happy Halloween either. I don't know. We'll have to come back. I'm trying, I don't have them all separated yet, but I have started to separate all of not seasons, but welcome Martels will go right here. Season holidays, I guess you could say. Welcome Martels and it's crooked. Golly, can I pick this up? Let's see. I just cut my fingernails this morning. No, I can't pick it up. I'm gonna make it worse. Dang it. I had just sent it a little bit over. That's okay. Let's see. Stay wicked. I'm sitting at an angle, so my straight is crooked. I need to just stop sitting at an angle. Eternally yours. Let's do this one. I think what we're going to do is try to make a collage page, okay? So eternally yours. And we're looking for a fairly flat front. You know, when I was digging through this, I was like, I don't have any, these all the same. I don't have any, words, sticker words. And then I pulled out my a stamp set. And I was like, no, 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 no. Let's not go there, ma'am. Ooh, that's a pretty blue. It's really gray, but it's holographic. There we go. And I have stickers in my lap that I'm just pulling and looking through. Let's go with this one. Spooktacular. It's crooked. Oh my goodness. I mean, I didn't know it's gonna be that crooked. Get this little bat right here. Kitty cat. Not you. This kitty cat. I call Nicholas kitty cat, so he's sitting there telling me that it's time to eat, but you know what? It's not. Not yet, at least. Let's use this raven on the back of this page. Is that a raven or a crow? Depends on how the light hits it, is what color you see, right? Because now it's gold. I love that. That's really cool. Very, very cool. All right. Now, I did pull out these stickers again because we're going to use all these things up, y'all. Let's go ahead and put Frankenstein opposite this right here. This one is definitely more albumy than the other one. The other one is more like I can put other stuff on there besides just album stuff. But you can do whatever you like with it. I think I'm going to try to get use out of some of these little bats. It's a whole bag full of stuff. Stars, bats, zombies, and witches, and Frankenstein, I believe. I don't think it's any more. Oh, and this is like a little skull right here. Let's see what it is. Oh, Dracula. But we won't be using all of those today. These batch, yeah, maybe the star. But we don't need to put him in here. We got kitty cats. Yeah, and then we got him. To balance out the thickness of the pages. Okay. I got a feeling that's it. But I'm gonna go through. We need to do this front. This front is too plain, too naked. I wish I had a spider web on the left. But this ghost will work. Let's see. Spider web. You know what? I think I am being silly. Hold on 1 second. Yeah. Don't mind me. I was just being silly. Let's see. Yeah, and we just need something right there across the front. I have a sign that says happy hunting. Ooh, ooh, we're gonna use this Christmas tree. This haunted house right here. So let's see what's in here. Haunted house right there. We got ghosts. This one is a better package than the other one. Be afraid. Little bat. I'll be back. These are cutesy kitty ones, y'all. Ooh, this is a good one. Ooh. If I hadn't put this right here, we could have did that. But we're gonna use this sticker. And they're vinyl stickers. So whenever I hear vinyl, whenever I hear vinyl, I think of more like a rubbery, for stickers at least, a rubbery, plasticky type of sticker. But then I also think of records. Pay me no mind. My mind is a wonderland. You get it? All right, so let's see. I would put these two right here next to each other, wouldn't I? Hold on. Let's just get some glue. Throw some glue on this little baby. And take this bat off. It's still sticky, but it's not going to stick in the long time. There we go. Make a mess. Now, if we want to put a flat sticker here, we definitely could do that. So let's see. Do we have a ghost? Let's go with this ghost right here. There we go. And so I think not the next one, but the next few albums that we do, I'll make some frames on the scan and cut and actually put in there. So let's see, we got this. And that closes good. And on this one, we're going to put, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Do you like candy corn? I am not a huge candy corn fan. Let's put this little witch hat here. Actually, let's put this little black cat. All right, let's see. Next, we're gonna leave this blank, and now we just need a sentiment over that one. Let's see. Boo. I don't think Frankenstein says boo, does he? I don't remember what he says, but let's do eek. I feel like eek is better. Yeah. Then the back is, just a plain little thing. And let's do spooky. If someone wants to glue something on the back of that, they definitely can do whatever they want to do. All right, so we have, this is really pretty. Um, Eternally Yours. You open up and it says Welcome Mortals. Then right here we have this little black cat. You can barely see it, but it's definitely a black cat. You can see it in person, but bat, ghost. Up here, like this is just definitely a little album. And I thought these had holes in them, but they don't. Stay Wicked. I like this. I don't want to cover this up. The person that could do that. And then it just says Eek. And there we go. Look at that. It's so cool. So, yeah, we did this one today and this one a couple of days. I don't know. Sometime within the last 20 days, I think. They're totally different in every sense of the word, even though they're little books. So, this is what we did today, though. So, I want to say thank you all for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. Until next time, happy crafting.